group is volunteer mobilization. Corey already said there's a lot of caring people in our community, Casey, and I think you know, even with your role as the director of the West Ellis County United Way, that there's a lot of volunteers, there's a lot of caring people in our community, and you're wanting to be able to strategically help them connect to opportunities. So talk a little bit about that, what you guys have been working on.
Is this on? Okay, so our goal, and I'm going to read it, is every Waxahachie resident is able to help make Waxahachie a better place with clear on-ramps to volunteerism according to their skills and passions. In our work, we see the both sides because we work with so many nonprofits. We know how many nonprofits need volunteers. They need volunteers once a year, they need volunteers 5 days a week, they need volunteers in a variety of capacities. We also work with individuals, we work with companies, we work with schools who need volunteer opportunities. They have the people that want to go out and do the volunteering. The struggle has always been, how do you match those two together in a meaningful way? Because when someone comes to me and says, I want to volunteer, I can't just say, okay, great, here's a list, good luck. We need to know, what do you care about? What are you interested in? What are your time availability? Are you only available on the weekends? Are you only available in the evenings? Do you have children that want to volunteer with you? There's a number of things that you need to get through in order to effectively match a volunteer so that it's not just a one-off and maybe it did good for that day, but how does it really create long-term change for both the volunteer and for the organization that needs the volunteers. So our group is working in the past 90 days. What we've done is gone back and instead of pushing ahead and saying, okay, we're going to supply all these needs, we're going to supply some tools and resources, we need to find out what is it they really need. So we spent some time talking to all of our partner agencies with United Way, so that's about 26 organizations. We sat down and we had a focus group with them specifically surrounding volunteer. How do you recruit volunteers? Where is the gap? How do we engage the next generation? And really digging with them on what those needs are so that we can supply something. And then the other, we're also talking with our schools, we're talking with our church community, we're talking with our businesses. What do you need as it relates to finding those volunteer opportunities? How do we get you two working together? And one of the things that kept coming up is, what is the reason people don't volunteer? And I think a lot of times we want to say, well, it's busyness, because we're all busy, right? But really, lack of awareness is probably the bigger issue. And we don't think it's enough to tell people, here are some volunteer opportunities. That may sound good, like, yeah, maybe I should go, help Linda stock food. But is the better message, do you know that we have 20% of our children in Ellis County who are living in poverty? Does that motivate a volunteer a little bit differently than here's a volunteer opportunity? And so that's the other piece that we're researching, is how do we tell the story of what the needs and the hurts are, and why as a resident and as a community member you should care, and why you should be willing to spend your time, because we know it's finite, right, in doing something for people in your community. So that's the direction we're going. It's going to be a long-term thing, but that's where we're moving.
No, for sure, and you can hear this pattern that we're asking a lot of questions even as we start this process. It's not about starting something new, but about finding out, how do we serve you as organizational leaders? How do we increase our effectiveness by maybe hitting those spaces that are not always urgent? What we're talking about is a lot of the important things that are not usually screaming at you, but are the key things that are going to help us move forward, mobilize people to the areas of greatest need. So thank you, Casey, for everything you're